أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام أشرف المرسلين وخاتم النبيين أكمل مجتبى أبي قاسمي محمد مصطفى وعلى الطيبين الطاهرين صلى الله عليك يا سيدي يا مولا يا رسول الله صلى الله عليك يا سيدي يا مولا يا أبا عبد الله يا رحمة الله وسيا ويا بابا نجاة الأمة فليتنكما معكم سادتي فنفوذا فوذا عظيم إنا لله وإنا عليه راجعون صلوات. It was just a little white lie. I don't know if y'all say that here, but I know back home when someone tells a lie, they say, oh, it's just a little white lie. Like there is a difference between a big white lie and a little white lie. It is almost that they make it seem like, oh, it doesn't matter that I lied to you, but you should just, just accept it. It's just a lie. It's a little white lie. From an Islamic perspective, how do we look at lying? Is lying something in which we do? Is lying something in which we accept? Is lying something in which we promote? Is lying something that we think is good to do? We look at what Allah He tells us that He curses those who lie. So we see that the liar is not the type of person that you want to be considered as, or to lie at all. But what is a lie? Because some people may say, well, it's just a little fib, it doesn't matter, and they may not know exactly what a lie is. A lie is something that is against reality. It is the opposite of reality. And truth is the reality. Whereas a lie, you said something against the reality. Like if it says, for instance, I say, well, did you do this? And they know that you did. You said, no, I did not do it. Then this would be considered a lie. And lying from an Islamic perspective is something in which we must avoid, have to avoid, should not do, should not pick up as a trait, should not be considered a liar. Because why? Allah, He makes the liar forget so he can be revealed by the people. If you ever notice that a liar can never keep their story, this is because Allah makes them forget their story. So when you say, oh, what did you say? Did you say this? Oh, I didn't say that, but wait a minute. I remember you said this. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Yes, you did say that. Everybody heard you say it. Because as a liar, you forget. When you tell the truth, you remember. It was a guy one time, they say he was in a gathering. And everybody was saying how they loved when they was in Paris. Said, oh, Paris was a good place. It was a beautiful place. I loved being there. So when they turned to this person, they said, what do you think? Have you been there? And because he felt embarrassed to say that he was not there or never been there, he said, yes, I've been there. It was a beautiful place. So they said that this person for years kept the lie up and was praying that people would not ask him the question about, what about this place? Have you seen this? Or you know about this cafe over here? Or whatever it may be. So they said it affected him so bad for many years that he tried to avoid those people that would ask him this question. Until after 20 years, he finally went to Paris. So what I'm saying is that when a person lies, he or she must keep up the lie over and over and over and over, and that hope that no one will find out the truth about this lie. Because if they find out about the truth about this lie, they will say, why? Why did you say that? You could have just said, oh, you didn't go. Why? You was just a liar. The truth is so much easier to give than a lie. With the lie, you have to remember what you said, who you said it to. Truth, you said it, is the truth. This is a reality. This is something in which I have done. This is a truthful thing. We find lying to be something that is not good. It is not considered a part of a good akhlaq. But when we break down a lie, we just normally think lying is of one thing. Example, we say, oh, lying is just a verbal thing. Is lying just verbal? When we look at the difference between lying amongst the people of fiqh and those of, let's say, the people of morals, the akhlaqi scholars, the ones of fiqh, they said that lying falls under three characteristics. They said the verbal, the elusive, and, of course, the written. But the ones, the akhlaqi scholars, the ones who teach us or help us understand the good morals, they said that lying falls under 6 things. 6 categories. We never think about it because we only think lying falls under the verbal category. Of course, the first one is that a verbal lie in which a person says with their mouth. This is why we are told by Ahlul Bayt that we must have a truthful tongue. Our tongue must be truthful. And if our tongue is truthful, our actions are clean. But if you do not have a truthful tongue, your actions are not clean. So the first one is definitely that of a verbal lie. That is most common amongst everybody who knows, yes, when someone lies, they verbally lie to me. It's a verbal thing. Then the scholars of akhlaq, they go into the lie of intention, the lie of niyat. When a person lies in their intention, we see this all the time. Some of us might have heard it from other people that said it to us. Your intentions was not that. Why did you do it? Why did you lie and have me think, or you made it seem like that you was going to do this, but you really had another intention? This person, that when he or she does something, but their niyyah is not conformed with their actions, they said this person is considered one who lies in his intention or her intentions. So it's not just the words. It's also niyyah. Like if you plan to do something karbatan ilallah, but all actuality, only for the outside that you doing it, but for the inside is for something else, someone else, a hidden agenda, so on and so forth. This is lying in their intentions. Then they go on and they said that the one who lies in purpose. We said, well, what is purpose? What is purpose? Purpose is when you say you're going to do something and you just don't do it. That's what he said. So as we look at these things in which the people of akhlaq has broke down a lie, we start to even look at ourselves and say, are we those people that lie? Are my friends are those people who lie? And now since we know, we have to start trying to fix things. Another thing in which they said, lying in religious acts, in other words. I'm not, because some of them I don't want to talk about, we shouldn't even talk about, but lying in religious acts. This is the one that everybody feels that they are the most religious. That they the best practicing Muslim in the world. That they are the super believer. They feel law, but all actuality, they do not really feel law. It's just they want people to think that they feel law the same way how they want people to think that they are earnest to their prayer, that they fast during the month of Ramadan with no problems, that they pay the zakat, that they pay the homes with all actuality. They are just trying to show this to the people, but they do not really feel that way, and they align not only to themselves, but to the people, and only Allah knows that what they are doing, and they think He does not, or they think Allah does not. the person he lies. And of course, we know about the lying in action. We know that. Oh, now we should understand that lying is a sickness of the heart. It is not like any other sickness. Normally, when we look at a sickness, we can say this person is ill. It is something wrong with this person. Maybe the person have a common cold, something. But when you have the sickness of the heart and you have this type of disease of lying in your heart, no one can look at you and tell that you are sick. You are extremely sick, that this sickness is far worse than the sickness that a person can look at you and see, because this sickness affects your soul. It affects your soul. This sickness affects your soul. These type of things not only affect your soul, but it darkens your heart. It removes things from you like your sustenance by being a liar and not being truthful. Someone asked Rasulullah, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, some questions. Said, oh Rasulullah, can a believer be a coward? First thing we said, believer can't be no coward. Ain't no such thing as a coward Muslim or a coward believer. No such thing. Prophet Allah said, yes, a believer can be a coward. The next thing which he said, can a believer be stingy? Now, when I read that part, I said, yeah, there's possibility. Rasulullah said, yes, a believer can be stingy. Even though we know a lot of it, why is that the person that is stingy, they are far away from the mercy of Allah, from their stinginess. We know this. Then he asked, can a believer be a liar? He said, no. He said, a believer cannot be a liar. That if you are a believer, you are a truthful person. You will not lie. You will constantly be truthful, telling the truth. You constantly tell the truth. You will be considered Al-Seraj. Remind me of a story. And this story, you'll find a story in this great book called Al-Seraj. And this was by Imam Jafar Sadiq, and he was saying that when our beloved Prophet of Allah, he was going from Mecca to Medina, and he took shelter in the cave, and he was with a companion. We're not going to name this companion, but if we know, we know. Just know that his last name was Sadiq, and the first one was Abu, as some people may call him Siddiq. So he was in the cave, and Rasulullah had a vision, as he was saying, Imam Jafar Sadiq was saying, that Rasulullah had a vision of Jafar in his boat, and the boat was rocking, and it was almost going through murky water or something. So he had this vision, and this companion of his, he said, oh Rasulullah, I wish I was able to see what's going on. So they say Rasulullah, he did something, and he was able to see this vision. At the moment he saw this vision, he said to himself, he said, now I believe he is a magician. And the response from Rasulullah, from the riwayah, he said, because Rasulullah read his mind, he said, and you are Sadiq, and you are truthful. Not truthful that Rasulullah is a magician, that's truthful on how you really feel. That all this time you was lying to the people and lying to yourself as though you was a believer. But all actuality, you were not a believer. You was those who had the lie in the actions, lie in the words, lie in the niyat, lie in all these things. And you revealed yourself through your thoughts. And Rasulullah named him this. And people thought that he has gotten this name because He was of the truthful ones with everything. He was of the truthful ones of how he felt about Rasulullah. That's what it was. He was among the truthful ones. This is why we are told that we must tell the truth until we are written down as the truthful ones. That means truth must always come out of our mouth all the time. Not sometimes, I'll be truthful today, I'll be truthful tomorrow, and in between that I may lie. No. Truth all the time. Why? Because when people see you, they can say, no, this person, Muhammad, he is a very truthful person. He will not tell you a lie. He will not mislead you. What do he follow? Oh, he is Muslim? They are very truthful people? Let me look and see what this Islam is all about. Let me follow that religion in which he follows. Because the religion or the belief in which I follow is a whole bunch of liars around me. But this guy, Muhammad, he's very truthful. And it has to be his religion that make him this way. And then when they start to read about our beloved Prophet of Allah, we find out that he was considered to be extremely truthful. Even before he got the wahi. SubhanAllah. Even the people that rejected him, they said Muhammad did not lie back then. What makes you think he's lying now? That's what he said. Very extremely truthful. He did not lie. This is an example in which we must follow. To follow the truthfulness of our beloved prophet. Do not transgress the boundaries by telling lies. Oh, I thought he was coming to tell me a time. It's fun a lot. To be truthful. And then I start to look at certain people, right? And then as I'm looking at them, I'm saying to myself, there was many instances in which people were not truthful about their actions, nor their words, nor their intention. And I remember that during the time of Imam Hassan, alayhi salam, he made a treaty. But within this treaty with this person, he said to him that after you leave, the successor should be Imam Hussein, alayhi salam. And this person, he agreed upon it. But then as time went on, he went against what he had said. His intentions, his niyat was nothing but a lie. His actions was nothing but a lie. And then he go towards the people and throw them off. How did he throw them off? He said, oh, if any one of y'all, do y'all know anybody that wants to be my successor after me? Let me know who is the one that want to be the successor after me. This person come from a long line of lying people, of scandalous people. This person, great-great-grandfather, Umayyad, he hated Hashim from the beginning. And this hatred came all the way down through the blood to him because they did not like the fact that everything came to them. So as he said, as people were saying to him, oh, this person, he should be your successor. Either he killed them by poison or he sent them away because his real intention was to have his dreaded son to be the Khalifa after him. His niyah was never to return it back to Ahl Bayt. His niyah was to keep it in his family, to keep it going amongst his lineage. So his intentions was a lie. His words was a lie. His actions was a lie. But of course we know this person wasn't a believer. He wasn't. He couldn't have been. Not with all these lies. We're told that a believer will not lie. A believer cannot be a liar. But this person committed all the lies right there in front of us. To have people thinking that he really wanted a successor to be chosen from amongst the people. That he really wanted to give it back to Ahl Bayt. That he really cared. No. More waves, those of the liars. The people of the liars lied to us. And this is the actions in which people say about Ahlul Bayt when they lie about Ahlul Bayt and they put lies upon those who follow Ahlul Bayt that said that, oh, these people, all they do is lie. They not like us. We're the people of the truthful. But no, or actuality, they're not the people of the truthful. They're the people of the lies. We see that in the riwayah, in the hadith. It said that lying leads to immorality. Lying leads to immorality. And immorality leads to the hellfire. So when you lie, it takes you to immorality, to the things that are wrong. And this will also lead you to the hellfire. This place that's so hot. Then they go on and say in another riwayah from our beloved Ahlul Bayt, once Abu Ja'far said to me, O Rabbi, his name was Rabbi, he said, a man must be truthful. Oh, excuse me, wrong one. Here it is. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, cast aside lying, for it opposes faith. So it goes against faith. So keep away from lying. It opposes it. It is opposite. He said, a truthful person is the one on the verge of salvation. On the verge of salvation. And dignity. Because if you're known as a truthful person, people will look at you as a dignified person. But when you are known as a liar, nobody look at you as a trustworthy or dignified person. No one think that you will have salvation. Everybody has a look of not concerned, but this person is not right. He or she is not correct. We cannot trust this person. When you lie, you can't be trusted. It's a saying that say you lie, you cheat, you steal. I don't know, did I say that here? I don't know. It was something in which they say in America. Then the Imam, he goes on, whereas a liar is on the point of falling down and humiliation. And humiliation. When we look at this, we look at how we see Muawiyah, Yazid, and all these other people. And we do not look at them as how they was good people. We look at them as how they truly are because of their actions and how they treated Ahlul Bayt and what they did to Imam Hussein. How can I say it? Dictated how he would be killed or how he would lose everything. And then we start to wonder, are we these people that follow him as our examples, or do we follow Ahlul Bayt as our examples? If we follow Ahlul Bayt as our examples, then we are truthful people. We talk against falsehood. We don't enjoin falsehood. We speak out against falsehood. When we see falsehood, we let people know that that is not the truth. This is the ways of those who follow Ahlul Bayt. These are the ways of those who follow Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And they see how he spoke out against this falsehood. How those who was around him spoke out against the falsehood of these people. They did not just fall to the waist and allow themselves to fall victim. They spoke out and they fought and they enjoying what is right and forbid what is wrong by being truthful in the matter of what they have done. Inshallah, may Allah help us all. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asina al-insana la fi khus illa alladhina amanu wa aminu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. Akhwa da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wa sallallahu Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin.